Hi everyone, I am Melani Dayananda and thank you for the opportunity given me to present my paper at the International Conference on Teaching, Education and Learning. My topic is Impact of Academic Coaching on Students' Perceived Success in Higher Education. It's a case study of a higher educational institute in Sri Lanka, and I have structured the presentation, segmenting it into introduction, significance of the study, justification of the study, research objectives, conceptual framework, methodology, findings, and conclusion. Moving forward, we'll have a look at the introduction. If we consider the higher education industry, higher education has created a lot of opportunities for individuals for their personal and professional development. In Sri Lanka, we have state universities and we have private institutes that offer a lot of international qualifications, including academic qualifications as well as vocational and professional qualifications. In today's context, a lot of multinational organizations in Sri Lanka and also larger organizations in Sri Lanka has moved into coaching as a training initiative where they invest a lot of money for continuous adult learning mechanisms, and coaching is one of them. So academic coaching has also a major part to play in higher education, as it has been considered in today's context as a very much productive training tool when it comes to HR development mechanisms. So moving forward, we can have a look at the definitions of academic coaching. There are a lot of researches that are being conducted in the areas of coaching and specifically on academic coaching. So some of the researchers have found out that emergence of coaching in education has supported and promoted the sustainable improvement. So sustainable improvement includes developing coaching modules and delivering the coaching as a network. It runs as a network, and also it builds capacity of people with the purpose of increasing different tools available to use in academic coaching. And also some of the other researchers have been found out that there is a three-step process, which includes pre-lesson discussion between coach and coachee. Say for an example, lecturers or teachers, they share some content of the lesson in advance. So it acts as a pre-lesson discussion or it acts as a preparation for the lesson. So pre-lesson discussion between coach and the coachee is one of the steps in the three-step process. And then when it comes to the academic delivery, there can be an observation of classroom practice by the coach of the coachee. Say for an example, when the student is learning, and we can observe the learning and teaching participation in the classroom. And then finally, we have the post-lesson discussion to analyze what has been observed. So as the third step, the coach can sit with the student and see how well the coachee has behaved in the class, like what are the learning behaviors of the student that has been identified at the observation, which can be discussed in the post-lesson discussion. So academic coaching is widely accepted and used in UK. Of course, this has been emerged as the instructional coach, and it gives a lot of guidance to the coachee to follow their work schedule or the learning schedule by instructions. And also in a lot of scholarly articles, it has been argued that higher levels of student learning and greater retention happens when the academic coaching has been used. So moving forward, we have another area that we have to look into, which is student success. So if we consider student success, we can consider it as grades or the achievements that the students make in terms of their academic performance. But whereas in scholarly articles and also in different researchers, it has been found that student success in higher education remains in the areas of student retention. That means the persistence. If one student is following their diploma, whether they are continued to their undergraduate degrees, and also from undergraduate degrees, are they continuing to postgraduate studies? So student retention or the persistence on their academic pathway, and also educational attainment, which can be identified as the qualifications and then the domain that they want to expertise, and also academic achievement that goes for the academic grades, and also student advancement in terms of their soft skills, in terms of their employability skills. So students advancement can be into employability skills or the technical skills or the vocational skills that they have, and also holistic development. If you look at the holistic development, their emotional well-being and their persistence and also their resilience, are they ready to conquer the corporate world? So all these things comes in the holistic development. So moving forward, the case organization. Case organization is a private institute in Sri Lanka, which has about 50 branches island-wide, and also they receive more than 30,000 students every year. So these students are following different programs, and they are being categorized into different departments, naming primary division, School of Computing, School of Business, and also School of Tourism and Hospitality Management. And they also have a corporate training division and School of Personal and Professional Development, where they looked into soft skills and the technical skills of the students and the working professionals whom are studying with the institute. And they offer international qualifications from UK, and also they offer qualifications from the diploma level to the PhD level. So it starts with diploma, moves to higher national diploma, and then degree final year, which we name as degree top-up programs, and also level 7 postgraduate diplomas, master's programs, and the PhD programs. So the research gap. If we look at the case organization, their retention rate of the student is very poor. Say for an example, let's say if the students are moving from diploma to high national diploma, the conversion from the diploma to high national diploma is less. So the students' retention is less, and also conversion from fundamental programs to the next academic level. Say for example, from degree top up, once they have completed their degree, how many students are focusing to progress their education into further studies like masters and postgraduate studies. And also academic coaching or student success coaching is not well defined in the institute, and they do not specifically practice academic coaching, differentiating the other roles on campus. Say for an example, we have lecturers, we have program managers, we have other roles in the academic setting, but there's no such coaching definitions, or like there's no such designation for coaching. So which has been identified as a research gap in the institute. And why we needed this study, and what we can get from this study has been discussed in the justification. So we can connect existing designations or existing job roles as academic coaches. Say for an example, like students can identify who is the most close job role to an academic coach. So making connections with faculty member, peer, or advisor on campus is a positive indicator of undergraduate student success, which has been identified by the researchers. So there's no research that has been conducted at the national level in Sri Lanka on academic coaching, and also it supports to investigate how coaching can benefit the students as well as the institution. At the end of the day, student success defines the organizational success also. So academic coaching is unaddressed, and understanding of how it will support colleges and universities is very less. So impact on creating and delivering of new and attractive programs blended with academic coaching will help the organization. So these are the reasons to identify how and to what extent these academic coaching can be implemented in a local organization. And these are the research objectives that are being listed. The main objective is to understand the impact of coaching on student success of postgraduate students. So it includes about 7 research objectives to identify the impact of teaching on student success, and also to identify the impact of assessment and feedback on student success, to identify the impact of academic support on student success, and also to identify the impact of organizational rules and management, and to identify the impact of learning resources on student success. And also we have personal development of the students to be considered. So I have considered another objective as to identify the impact of personal development on student success. And also the conceptual framework has been identified by looking at the literature review. So the dependent variable is students' perceived success, and independent variables includes teaching, assessment and feedback, academic support, organizational rules and management, learning resources, personal development, and student engagement. So moving forward, the methodology that I have used is more towards the positivism, and literature states that academic coaching has an impact on student success. So considering that, the quantitative approach has been applied, and in some frames it constrains to qualitative approach, but it's mainly the quantitative approach that I have used. And sampling is random sampling technique and convenience sampling, because as I said, we get about 30,000 students for the college every year. So it's very difficult to use other sampling techniques with the timeline I had. So convenience sampling and random sampling technique has been used. And also ethical consideration. It was voluntary participation, and we got like considering their privacy, like it was informed consent, and also their confidentiality of information has been protected, and also participants are treated with anonymity. So data collection has been taken place accordingly, and to analyze data, I have used descriptive statistics analysis, content and correlation analysis, and the hypothesis test. So findings includes students' understanding of academic coaching. First of all, if you look at the pie chart here, I will use the pointer option. So working collaboratively with school personnel to create a professional learning. So their understanding of academic coaching definition is 32%. So majority of the students think that academic coaching refers to work collaboratively with school personnel to create a professional learning. And also 28% of students think that it is encouraging an environment that is inviting, respectful, supportive, and flexible for learning. So moving forward, we can see that there are students who have identified the close academic positions that supports their learning. So 55% says that close academic position to an academic coach is the lecturer. And also 31% of students states that academic coach is more close to the program coordinator. And also awareness of student aspirations by these academic professionals includes like 61% of students think that these academic professionals, they have an understanding of their student aspirations. And also 22% states that they do not aware of the students' aspirations, which is quite a high number as per my consideration. But it's a happy thing to know that 61% of students think that academic professionals know about their aspirations. So moving forward, we can have a look at the goal setting and support for action plans by these academic professionals. So the institute conducts a bridging program, that is before they start any academic qualification, any program as per this schedule, they take 6 weeks for this bridging program. So in the bridging program, there's this additional support that has been given for presentation skills improvement, academic writing, referencing skills improvement. So student states that they get support for goal setting and to set up an action plan in the bridging program, and which is 21%, and 51% of students think that it is while conducting the lectures. And also students have identified that these academic professionals take personal time for individual discussions, which is 21%. And also idea of related academic precision to an academic coach includes 48% of students states that it's lecturers. Most suitable academic professional to be an academic coach is the lecturer, and also 32% of students states that it's program coordinators. So moving forward, I have also conducted internal consistency analysis to see whether the questionnaire has been successful. And as per the case processing summary, the value received for all cases is 99.2%. So it states that suitability and the reliability of the questionnaire to analyze variables is 99.2%. So to summarize the findings of statistical analysis, the teaching in the program design and delivery, it had a correlation of 0.88, and also evaluation, assessment and feedback, which is 0.86, and organizational rules and management, which is about 0.858, and also academic support and student support services, which is quite less comparatively to other areas, and learning resources, learning supported materials and systems, which has a higher rate, which is about more than 0.87, and also personal development and student engagement, which comes around 0.86. So if you look at this one, it gives positive correlations. That means all these areas has an impact on the academic coaching and student success. So when considering the higher educational value chain, the primary activities from student recruitment to academic recruitment is being performed by the student counselors, and then the academic delivery and managing research are being delivered by the lecturers, and program managers, they connected with the intermediate activities for divisional management and career placements, including internships, industrial training, and also like there are like sessions in these institutes. They bring down experts for knowledge sharing sessions. So all that are being done by the program managers, and also the program coordinators are supposed to give academic support, administration and professional services, and also allocating the classrooms and providing them the best facilities within the institute. So when looking at these academic professionals, academic coaching, how their performances are being related to academic coaching, and how it impacts on the students' perceived success has been identified through the statistical analysis, which gives all positive correlations. And moving forward, the summary of content analysis, if you look at the qualitative aspect of it, like there have been gap areas in the knowledge and experience in academic coaching, even though the academic professionals have somewhat understanding of academic coaching. There's a gap between the knowledge of academic coaching and the delivery of coaching programs. So there can be training programs. We can consider the training initiatives for academic professionals in terms of academic coaching. And also there can be different approaches that can be used in coaching, which includes humanistic perspective of coaching, behavior-based approach, adult development approach, cognitive coaching, adult learning approach, positive psychology model. These are some of the models and coaching methodologies or approaches that institute can follow. And also the grow model, achieve model can be used to guide the students for student success. And also there's another model called student success coaching model. So these are the three models that we can find from the literature, which can be used in the institute to improve the student success. And also student engagement in coaching and learning processes can also be considered, which was quite less. They get the support from the student council where there are a lot of distinct events are being organized, such as Christmas parties, CSR activities, CSR projects, and then learning initiatives, which gives them experiential learning, and it helps them to improve the personal and professional skills, of course, communication skills, employability skills, including all that. The students' engagement in such activities can improve the quality of the student success. So to conclude, we have to look at the reflection on work characteristics and recommendations, delivery of feedback to students on the academic work. So which is a very much of a bigger part in academic coaching as well, the feedback mechanism. So feedback mechanisms can be used in formative feedback as summative feedback. So both mechanisms can be used, whereas formative feedback will be very much helpful because it supports the students to develop their academic work before the last minute submission. So it improves the quality of the work that they produce. And also feed forward can be used at the same time, where the lecturers or teachers receives the students feedback on the feedback that they have got. So reflect on their learning. And also students can be maintaining some of the reflective journals, and then there can be certain activities and group work that lecturers or the coaches can promote to support the students' own learning and own reflection on learning. And also quality of the teachers improve the quality of the teaching. So there can be lot of improvements in teaching mechanisms, teaching methodology. So there can be training programs that are being conducted in future for these areas. And also promoting the three-step process in the institution is very much important, where pre-service teacher preparation, professional development, and teaching conditions to improve the teacher quality and the quality of the teaching is very much important. And also institute can be using the three-step process of coaching, which has the pre-discussion between the coachee and the coach, and then classroom observations of the coachee, and then the post-discussion. So with that, we have come to the conclusion of presenting my paper. These are some of the key references that I have used in the presentation. Thank you so much again for this wonderful opportunity to present my paper. And I hope you all will enjoy the rest of the conference and stay safe during the pandemic. Good luck. Thank you so much.